Hey everyone, quick video here. Somebody had asked me on one of the YouTube videos in the comment section, which tells us that we get to it. So please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't be afraid to hit the like if you like it, or don't like if you dislike it, or comment if you feel like it as well, because we do get to them when we get a chance. But anyway, the question was, how do we deal with situations where you might have an advanced person, let's say a purple belt, being partnered up with a white belt? You can also look at it in other terms as well. You know, what if you have a big member paired up with a small member, or an older member paired up with a younger member? See, that's one of the disadvantages of a group class, or it can be seen as a disadvantage of a group class, because with a one-on-one session, it's just you and the instructor. So there's no real deal with a partner. However, in a group class, you do, in exchange for obviously cheaper membership, you do in a group class then have to sacrifice optimal personal attention. So let's say you're one of the bigger guys and you're paired up with a smaller stature partner. It's going to be harder to execute some of the exercises for going from large to small, or going from small to large. And the same thing happens going from advanced to beginner, and vice versa. With regard to being a beginner with an advanced partner, what you're looking at is the purple belt in this case will be learning something that they probably have gone over 1,000,000 times, and for them it's just a matter of going through the motions. And whereas with the white belt, they're having to learn it all over again. So then it's incumbent upon the purple belt to help them to learn how to do the motion. Some purple belts don't want to help teach. You know, they're just there to train. And you know, as an instructor, I have to understand that just because they're a purple belt, they're also a paying member. So I shouldn't expect them to help teach the white belt, which really is my job as the instructor. That could be a tough situation, because if you look at it in one way, they're both customers, they're both paying customers, and you want them to both have a good experience. You just have to kind of deal with it if you're the student, because you know that purple belt at one time was a white belt. And hopefully a higher belt did help that person along, as was the case for me when I was a white belt. A purple belt at the time, who's now a professor, he has been for a long time, helped me, and he actually did me a huge favor by setting up training sessions for us on Saturdays, and he would help me. I mean, there was no chance for me to beat him whatsoever, but he did take his Saturday out to train with me, and I really appreciate it. But that's not to say everybody's like that. You know, I've had situations where people would tell me, you know what, I really don't like being paired with so-and-so. And it's tough for me to hear. You don't ever want to hear about anybody having a bad experience because of another member. You know, I just deal with it the best I can. You know, if somebody refuses to be paired up with somebody, then I just go and pair them up with somebody else. It's not a big deal. When you have a situation where multiple people don't want to be paired up with a single person, then you might have to deal with something on that end. And it could be for various reasons. So in fact, I did have one of those a couple of years ago. I hope that answered your question. In other words, it's just, there's really nothing you can do about it in a group class, because that's just the nature of a group class. And for those members who are on the short end of the stick, as some might say, I'd say just bite the bullet and take every situation as a learning situation. I learned from white belts. I do. In fact, there were years where I didn't train with a single colored belt. Well, maybe I take it back. I did train with some blue belts, but I didn't get to train with any purple belts on a regular basis until I basically made them. But yet I was still able to find ways to get better. And you know, it's not everyone that can look at things like the way Hickson did. And he had years and years and years. In fact, well, nobody really ever got as good as he did. But yet he still found ways to improve and to make the experience of training with a certain person beneficial for him and for the person he was training with. Long answer, just try and look for a way to get something out of it, even if it means that you may have to be explaining something to somebody who's just not as good as you, or you may have to slow it down a little bit, because a lot of times by going quickly, you do kind of pass over some details that you really should be doing. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Hope all is well. Take care and be happy. Train. Bye.